Hey, what, mm. Dun. I don't know, but yeah, hello, Agent Shield fans, and welcome back to my reviews of Agent Shield Season 5, and welcome to my review of Episode 14, The Devil Complex. This episode blew me away. It was emotional, fantastic, and brilliant. I think this was one of the best episodes I have ever seen of Agent Shield. I really enjoyed it. It was emotional, really twisty, and fantastic. I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to do the story, my thoughts about the story, the performances of the cast, and the writing of this episode. So, directed by Neil Lopez Collada and written by Matt Owens. So yeah, this will include spoilers, guys. If you haven't seen the episode, don't watch this. So yeah. So I'm going to tell you the synopsis and then tell you my thoughts about the story of this episode. As Fitz struggles to figure out the situation of the complex, the Graviton, he encounters his framework self, the Doctor, who claims to finish what he had started before he started, and reprograms the robotic soldiers. The team recovered from the principal to keep Mac and Simmons and Yo-Yo at bay, while he in complex Daisy and Reinstein's strains her in order to abitate her and remove her power inability, as she believes it to be the situation to the Graviton problem. Simmons and Pom finding Fitz and Daisy, and realises that the Doctor was not a manifestation from the fear dimension, that Fitz had hallucinated his other self while committed the all fermented deeds. In the end, Fitz successfully removes the inner habitat and restores Daisy's power, and was able to compress the Gamatron. However, he couldn't bring himself to face the others due his actions. Deke attempts to confront Simmons while he reveals to her that he is her grandson Miro. Coulson and the others managed to lure Hal into a trap and captured her from interrogation, but she demands Coulson to accompany her back, along with Quill and Anton Levine, who threaten to detonate explosions on the Zeppler. Coulson reluctantly agrees to go with them in the hope of learning what Hal knows about the imminent threat. Later, Hal speaks to a mysterious serpent who hands her a vial of Alderon and reminds her of her Hydra alliance. So this was a shocker. Hydra's back. I was like, what? Hydra's back, boy. But yeah, in a different way. So in this episode was emotional. So the story, my thoughts about the story, I loved it. It was so good and emotional. It was emotional. I loved the emotional scenes between Deke and Simmons. Really enjoyed that. I loved the performance what Ian gave as Leo Fitz, and it was like twisty when we found out it was in his head. I was like, damn. I was like, when Daisy said, "Who are you talking to?" I was like, what? And then like, bam, and yeah, it was like, oh damn, Leopold. And yeah, it was perfect in its own way, the story, and fantastic and brilliant and amazing. And I loved how Deke revealed him to Fitz, to Simmons, that it's her grandson. and it was like one episode. Like last week's episode, last week's episode was him finding out that Fitz and Simmons are his grandparents, and now he's told him, and it was an emotional way and perfect in a way as well. So the performances I'm going to give is Ian. Ian was so good as in his own way, and it was brilliant and fantastic. Brilliant. It was so good. I loved Ian D. Castic as Leo Fitz in this episode. It was emotional, fantastic, and brilliant. His characteristics was good. I loved he ran back. I loved the people. I loved the writers brought back the Doctor Leopold Fitz in this episode, and it was so good and fantastic. So I gave the performance to Ian D. Cassidy. It was so amazing and fantastic. So I loved it. So the writing was amazing, emotional, really great dialogue in this episode. Really emotional dialogue in this episode as well, and dramatic as well. I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic and amazing at the same time. So I'm going to give this review. I'm going to give this episode a 9.5 out of 10 because it was fantastic and amazing, and I can't wait from the next episode, which is Agent Shield continues next Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC. So don't miss it, guys. It's going to be good. Hydra and Shield. How asses Coulson to get Coulson and Hydra to begin together. It's like, bruh, holy crap. But yeah, can't wait. So yeah, give this a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought out of this week's Agent Shield. Click the subscribe button if you're new around here. Click the bell button if you get a notification when I upload. And hope you enjoyed my review, guys. Keep on subscribing to my channel for all things sketches, the Kieran Show, and more. And reviews, of course. And yeah, coming up next will be my review of the Underground, and then you see, and then on my channel will be Kowalski and Kowalski Vlog Show, episode 2. So yeah, hope you enjoy that, guys. Bye. Yeah, keep on subscribing, guys, for all things sketches, reviews, the Kieran Show, and more. Marvel reviews and the Kieran Show and more. See you later.